Hello and welcome back to Culinary Haven. Today I would like to share with you a very old recipe for lemon biscuits. It was created back in the day when baking with margarine wasn't a thing to frown upon. And as someone who knows a thing or two about baking, I can assure you that there is nothing wrong with baking with margarine. If you don't believe me, ask Mary Berry. She's a great advocate for baking with margarine. Don't get me wrong. I love butter, I eat it, I cook with it, I bake with it. But sometimes in baking, margarine is better than butter. I found this recipe in one of my old recipe books. I don't even remember where it came from. So I named it Retro Lemon Biscuits. Let's begin. To make our retro lemon biscuits, we'll need 1 egg, 100 grams of sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla sugar, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1/4 teaspoon of citric acid. If you don't have citric acid, you can use cream of tartar, which also is an acidifier. 100 grams of margarine, melted and cooled. It has to be block margarine, not spreadable. A zest of 1 lemon, 250 grams of plain flour, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And we'll start with, in a bowl, we'll whisk the egg and the sugar with either electric or manual whisk. So just break the egg, add the sugar and the vanilla sugar as well, just so we remember, and just whisk it together until it's thick and pale. It doesn't take long. This is it, thick and pale. Next, we are adding mayonnaise. I see you raising your eyebrows. Trust me, you won't regret it. 2 tablespoons. And the citric acid, 1/4 teaspoon. I don't know about citric acid, maybe it's not easy to find in shops, but cream of tartar is available in any supermarket. Whisk it together. Nice and thick. Very simple, very straightforward, an incredible result in the end. I just know you will love these biscuits. So make sure that you melt and cool the margarine, just about 20 seconds in the microwave. Cool it, pour it in, whisk it together. Very quick, very easy. Really. Now we will zest the lemon. Make sure you are using an unwaxed lemon. If it is waxed, just scrub it before you grate it. Just the very top layer of the lemon skin. Everything tastes better with lemon in it, doesn't it? Microplane or any other very fine grater. That's it, using any of the brushes. Whisk it in, stir it in rather. Lastly, sift in the flour and baking powder. So 250 grams of plain flour and 1 level teaspoon of baking powder. Whisk it together and sift it in. And now with the spatula, just fold it in. What we'll get is a very, very soft dough, and that's what we're looking for. Don't worry, don't add any more flour. This is exactly how much you need. That's it. And now we're going to wrap our dough in a piece of cling film and refrigerate for 1 hour. So put the dough, transfer it from the bowl onto your worktop. Just push it together, nice and soft. Just such a beautiful dough. Cover and refrigerate for 1 hour. Now, an hour later, the dough has chilled nicely, and now we'll prepare 2 baking trays lined with baking parchment and roll out the dough. Get your favorite cookie cutter and we'll cut them out. Let's do that. They can be any shape you like. I like this, fluted about 6 centimeters in diameter, but could be any. So we'll flour the surface, flour your rolling pin. The dough is still soft. It's how it's supposed to be. It makes the best biscuits. Just make sure that the surface and your rolling pin are well floured and you're good. Just roll it gently into, doesn't matter, around a square rectangle of about 5 millimeters, half a centimeter thick. Because the dough is so soft, what we're actually doing is not so much even rolling it, so it's just it's flattening your dough. It's very, very soft, but don't put any more flour. That's how it should be. That's about right. And take your cookie cutter and cut as many as you can and place them on your baking tray. Space them as close to each other as you want. That's the beauty of baking with margarine. Unlike butter biscuits or cookies, these will not spread. They will remain the exact shape that you cut them out. They keep the shape, they look amazing, and they taste funky. That will do, like this. Second tray. And now we'll take all the scraps, put them back together, re-roll them, and cut them out again. There will be no scraps left. We'll use it all very gently. Don't press. The dough, like I said, is very soft. So if we'll press hard, we'll just spread it on the worktop. And again. And the last two, because we didn't knead the dough much, the re-rolling scraps will not make them any worse. They will be just exactly the same. There you go. Here we are. Out of this amount of dough, we have 23 biscuits. And all of this will cost you probably 50 pence. Now, with a fork, make a little indentations just for beauty purposes and sprinkle them with a little bit of sugar. And by a little bit, I mean 1 pinch will cover them all. Just this much, like this. Now we're going to bake them in the preheated to 180 degrees Celsius oven for 15 minutes, rotating halfway if you need to. Depends how good your oven is, how evenly it bakes. If it's very warm in your kitchen like it is now in mine, I'm going to put the second tray in the fridge until it's time to go in there. Here we are. Both trays are now baked, and it took 13 minutes for the first tray and 15 minutes for the second, because my oven has a mind of its own. So what I'm saying is keep an eye on them after 12 minutes. What we're looking for is a pale golden color with just a little bit of brown color around the edges. This one was first, so they're not hot anymore. This humble biscuit may not be a showstopper looks-wise, but I promise you it is delicious. And if you try and make them, you will make them again. Let's see. Crunchy on the outside, soft and fluffy inside. Delicious. Thank you for watching this episode of Culinary Haven, and until next time, bye.